Thank you. So, welcome to this booth talk here at Deloitte. Ranked #1 European City of the Future by Financial Times in 2023, and a proud member of the EU's Net Zero Cities mission, Porto is setting the pace for climate neutral and smart urban living by 2030. I am Inês Costa. I am a Deloitte Associate Partner for Sustainability. And today we are joined by Rui Pimenta, Executive Board Member of Porto's Energy Agency, to discover how Porto is tackling these challenges and how Deloitte is empowering this journey with innovative tools like CleanChoice and other strategic projects. So welcome, Rui, to our booth talk.
Hello, Ines. Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for being here. And it's a pleasure, of course. And for sure, Porto right now, it has a huge goal to reach the neutrality by 2030. And it's a privilege to be part of this short list, the group of cities that have this approval of European Commission to tackle this goal. And what I think that right now, and the label was received in Porto like almost 2 years ago, and what we notice is that we are being able to pass from strategic, from planning to implementation, to real implementation. And I think that this is the use case that it's more important to showcase in Porto and to share with other cities the work that it's being done in terms of promoting the energy communities, in terms of promoting the refurnishing of all the public buildings, social housing and also service buildings, also the projects for decentralized renewable energy production. So there is a lot of work being done, but in the end, and what brings us here for sure, is that all these measures, all this planning, all these interventions, they are supported in a backbone, let's say, that it's a platform that we are using for data management of energy use in the public installations.
Going there in a minute, but first I would like to ask you, so 2030 is right on our doorstep. What are the key challenges that the city of Porto is still facing today in order to achieve that objective of climate neutrality in 2030? For you, what are the biggest challenges so far?
So 2030, it's tomorrow, like you're saying. So it's very ambitious and probably will not be done. But at least the way that that it started, it's not going to stop. The municipality, it's doing the work by itself, the things that they can do by itself. So all the projects, all the investments in terms of their own infrastructure, in terms of all the politics that they can do, that are on their own hands, they are doing it. But they represent 7-8% of the total emissions in the municipal. So we have to have a much higher level of participation from the citizens and from the entities. And for this, you need a different kind of projects, not only developed by the local government, but also at national level, because most of them, they will only happen if there is national programs that will support, for example, the refurnishment of residential buildings or other kind of service buildings. And also we have a huge problem in Portugal, that it's the literacy. So most of the people, they are not totally aware of the opportunities that they can access, and the small things that they can even do in their own day-by-day energy use that could create energy efficiency. So there is a lot of work that it's being done, but I would say that Porto Municipality, it's on the right track, and it's doing everything that on their ends they are capable of doing. One of the initiatives that it's also bringing a large success is Porto created a Climate City Pact. So it's not vinculative, so the entities that sign it,
the commitment
that there are right now almost 500 entities that already sign it, private sector, and this is a platform in the end that it's also open to share the opportunities, to share experience, to promote synergies even between entities that are working, living, acting in the territory to reach the same goal. So it's also a commitment and a policy, let's say, that it's pushing to pass this goal to as much people as possible.
And I think it's important to say that it's not just a challenge for the municipality of Porto, because Agência de Energia, it's not just about Porto. It's also about the other municipalities that are part of the region itself, for which we have a couple of representatives here, which is wonderful to have. And how do you see these collaborations evolving, specifically when we're talking about projects such as CleanChoice, with which Deloitte collaborated with Agência de Energia do Porto on this subject?
I would say so. Porto Energy Agency, we are supporting 10 municipalities in Porto metropolitan area. I can say that besides Porto, we have two other municipalities that also assume this goal. Matosinhos also assume this goal of reaching the neutrality by 2030, and it's also on the right track for that. And also municipality of Maia approved this goal.
It's a group effort.
It's a group effort. And I would say that in terms of energy, and not only energy, but when you think also about decarbonization, when you think about transports, when you think about mobility, you cannot look at the municipality isolated. So you have to look at a large area, you have to look at the metropolitan area, but even at the energy sector, you need to look at a large area. And what we are seeing, especially when you speak about CleanChoice, is the opportunity that a platform like CleanChoice brings us, when instead of just being gathering information of Porto infrastructure, that it's I would say like 1,500 installations that we are daily monitoring, we are monitoring 12,000. So this brings a lot of additional information, a lot of additional data, and a lot of additional knowledge that in the end create us opportunities, synergies, and the capacity to develop projects more ambitious and more feasible, I would say.
I even remember one case. I think Ugo is here, and I remember one case where, because of CleanChoice being implemented, we found out that there was like peak of energy in the middle of the night in public buildings when no one was there, and we find out that there was something going wrong there, right? So it's in these small examples that we can see how an asset such as CleanChoice can help.
CleanChoice, I would say that brings us a lot of knowledge in terms of energy use and energy planning for the future for the municipalities and the entities that are being supported by this platform. Because we are able to monitor it daily by day, so we can understand exactly the use that it's being done in each installation during the day, during the night. We can define alarms, so we have alarmistic also implemented there that can send us some information of consumption that it's abnormal or something like that. We can also manage the costs of the energy, because we can introduce tariffs and also see if exactly the values that are being charged by the entities, it's corrected or not. Many times they are not. And also the most interesting is that we can take this advantage and looking at a school, for example, in one municipality that has the same dimension, the same number of students that another one in another municipality, but it's spending 3 times more energy than the other. So this creates also an alarm, and we have to understand why and try to focus these measures, these actions directly on these installations.
So saves you money, helps you direct to be better efficient and have more efficacy in the decisions that you make as a municipality.
Yes, as an investment, day-by-day investment from the municipalities that are committed in the energy efficiency, but also when you are trying to apply to some funding program, for example, and you need to identify a couple of some buildings that you know that need to reduce 30% energy, and the measures that have been done are windows, PV or something. So with the platform, we easily can understand and would say, oh, these are the buildings that we can and we should prioritize for this opportunity. So it's a huge opportunity for us.
Yeah. One thing that I would like to hear from you is, if you had the possibility of ask anything about where would you like CleanChoice to evolve, what areas do you feel that an asset such as the Synergy platform and CleanChoice in particular could evolve into? What are the challenges that you see in the short term that might be served by an asset like CleanChoice?
So the platform, so it lives from data, and the data is provided by the DSOs, the energy DSO, the natural gas DSO, the PV production that it's being all around the territories. Uh, so we need to guarantee that we have this fluent data available always to be able to take advantage of it. But honestly, I would say that what we intend for the future, and will be a huge advantage for the municipalities, is that we can introduce, because we have the monitoring or have the alarmistic, we want to introduce predictive models. So it's very important for us. And when you see, for example, a few months ago, we have a blackout. So nobody thought about emergency service. Right now, if you trust, municipalities are starting to identify some emergency service that could and should keep working if there is even if there is a blackout. So you need to have this kind of models in terms of prediction that combine all the things. It combines the historic in terms of energy use, combines the prediction of energy production, combines the prediction of the weather that will supply us with renewable energy. So in the end, to have a model that could be as much optimized as possible and also save us from some critical moments for the future. So I would say that this,
Because in the end, you still need trash to be collected. You still need water to run on the faucets, and
yeah.
so it's sort of I can hear you saying something in the lines of CleanChoice as the support for a continuity plan for the city
Yes,
in when something fails. Is
yes,
that
even because right now we are monitoring, let's say, static installation. So it's consumption, some productions, but we are not. There is no projects of storage, for example. We need to have also this variable of storage. We need to input this also in the system to be able to manage this and to adapt this depending of the situation. So this should be the next steps of, from my point of view, of CleanChoice. So right now with AI and all these predictive models that are being developed, I would say it would be a good upgrade.
so? This question is a little bit related with which is so how not just how where CleanChoice should be directed with in terms of the evolution of the asset itself, but how do you see, for example, the collaboration that you have within the region of Porto? How do you feel that we can, as a country, and maybe through technology, be able to transfer the learnings that you had with CleanChoice, with this project, to other areas in Portugal or even in Europe? How do you see, what do you think about this?
The CleanChoice and the work that Deloitte developed with us. So was a learning curve. So there are a lot of interactions to reach the day that we have today. But I would say that right now there is a product that can easily be presented to other municipalities, to other intermunicipal communities, whatever, in terms of national territory, for them to see the advantage of this, because there is automatic savings even if you're just starting using the platform, because this is just the day-by-day use. You will see that there is some savings that you can do. So the platform, from my point of view, it sells by itself. For us, it's completely essential that we have a private entity that has the know-how, that bring us the technical support for developing this kind of product. So we have the knowledge, let's say, in terms of territory, the energy sector, the knowledge in terms of the territory and the entities that are involved, but the know-how of the data management, all the platform, how we should play with all these datas and bytes that are being shared. This should come from a private entity, and the project, it's completely replicable. So even today in the morning I was saying that probably Portugal is a little bit advanced in some stages, that right now in Portugal 99% of all the consumption, we have 15 minutes data. Not all other countries have this. but this is something that you don't need to have it from the meters from the DSO. You can install some equipments that can collect this data and also feed the platform. So there is always a solution, and in the end, I think it's important that the platform can be replicated in our territories. In the end, we are going all to learn from it.
So I know that this is relatively new to you. So we have been recently partnered with the city of Porto to link the city's annual budgets to the SDG performance scenarios of the city itself. I think it's something that will probably help getting into that data-driven requests that you were mentioning. But how do you see projects such as these of linking cities' budgets with SDG impacts? How do you see these advancing solutions such as what AdE has done?
First of all, congratulations of approving this project. And I think it will be a huge success also for Porto municipality. And what I understand that in the end, Porto municipality and Porto budget and the politicians and all the technical support of the municipality will be able to understand exactly not only the euros that are being spent, but the impact that we are going to be able to create with every euro that we are going to spend in terms of sustainability. So this is very important for us to most of the times even to validate and to get an additional comfort in terms of approval of some kind of initiative. So it's, for example, when you think of the energy sector and the investments that Porto is doing in terms of renewable energy, the energy communities and so on, so the impact, it's huge and we already know it. But when you are going to make this conversion for the SDGs, it will be huge because you are going to tackle the energy poverties, the renewable energies. So there are so many areas that in the end you see that €1 that you are spending for that it's bringing savings in terms of euros for the municipality, of course, but in terms of the impact on the community, it's so large that this is something that the Porto should take advantage and promote it as high as possible.
Particularly because €1 spent in a given year of the city's budget probably will mean that you only have the return on that investment a couple of years down the road. So it's important for those that are investing to get that idea of what is going to happen from that investment. So I think it's important. We are just 1 minute short of our time. So thank you so much,
Thank you.
Rui, for being here and to be so supportive of this project. I think Porto's journey shows what's possible when ambition meets innovation, combining visionary leadership, cutting-edge tools like CleanChoice, strategic frameworks that link budgets to SDG, and we are proud to help cities turn these bold sustainability goals into ambitions because we still believe that together makes progress. So thank you so much for this.